Welcome back to my walkthrough of Fire Emblem Three Houses. We're going to go over the Gautier Inheritance fight. I don't care if I'm saying that name wrong. I'm going to skip the cutscene. This is going to be a very interesting battle because you're going to contend with a number of battles that may prove rather challenging if you go in unprepared. As always, I'm going through this as the Black Eagles and on normal casual. I know I'm going to get judged for that, but I really don't care at this point. So we'll just wait for it to load. Alright, now this battle is somewhat special because you're going to be joined by Gilbert, who you may have met while walking around the monastery. And your objective, as you can see around the map, is going to take some time to get to because, well, you're basically moving around in one giant spiral. I'm ready to begin. Now, the victory conditions are to defeat the enemy commander. Obviously, your defeat conditions are everyone gets wiped out.
Stay focused.
I will prevail.
Now, I'm going to have everybody move up.
As you wish.
And obviously, I'm going to keep some people around the side.
Oh no.
It's very important, however,
That's
that
my
everyone, and I know it's a bit
will
difficult
get
to
the victory.
believe, but you want everyone to stick together as much as possible.
Ferdinand von Eyre.
This is primarily because it's a lot easier to get people organized when they're stuck together, and in case one unit is struggling, this helps a lot with linked attacks. Now, once again, my characters are really powered up because I trained a lot. So you're going to see Edelgard and Byleth just dominating the competition. But really, you're just going to advance your characters. I highly suggest having Byleth and Edelgard jump first, or at least early on, get your tanks up and running. I'm going to have Ferdinand, because he's a cavalier, start aiming for that treasure chest, which you can get because this rogue carries a chest key. So I'm just really shortcutting the process. Hubert will just move up in accordance of having a mage in the middle at all times. Now, don't worry too much about Gilbert. Gilbert's an armored knight class. He's going to be a bit slow. So naturally, he's just going to fall behind, just speed-wise, though. He's actually a really powerful character. And he's perfect for taking out any reinforcements that come from behind. Now, I know I'm skipping a lot of these enemies, but the key point that I think you need to remember is that Gilbert will most likely take care of the reinforcements, and your goal is to get to the enemy leader anyway. So it's not to stick around and do nothing, it's to make your way, to basically go around that giant spiral that I navigated around earlier, and get to the enemy commander. Of course, there's some room for character detours. There's nothing wrong with that.
You should be honored.
But, obviously, keep making your way up. Be aware that the archers can hit you from above, because they're in a perfect range. Now, you can see here what I mean by Gilbert's really strong. He can take out any of the rogues who are pursuing you from the rear. I'm actually not going to have Byleth or Edelgard care too much about the enemies. Their job's to go up. I'll have Ferdinand open that chest. And now make progress to rejoin the rest of the team. Caspar is going to be more than enough to take care of any mages come that way. I have him as a brawler here, but realistically,
No one makes it past me.
he'll do just fine. Bernadetta will be extremely useful for taking out the archers at the top, or any archer really. Now be careful if you have any flying units or you recruited Ingrid
Hide.
and turned her into a Pegasus Knight. It's going to be pretty difficult for her to, well, fight back. If you've got Hubert, his Mire, which attacks 3 spaces away, will also be a good substitute if Bernadetta's not strong enough to take out the archers by herself.
Amazing.
Petra move up. Mages at the side. Now, you'll probably see that Linhardt has the physic ability that allows him to heal. I won't have him heal because the only injured person is Bernadetta, and there's only 1 health to restore. But it's very handy for for Linhardt to be able to heal from multiple angles. Again, don't worry about Gilbert. He'll be very difficult to kill. He's just perfect for picking up any stragglers that come from behind. Now, it's good that Ferdinand is somewhat behind the team, because his high movement, I should say, not large, will allow him to pretty much circumvent any significant obstacles and really take either the end or the middle position in your group. And that'll allow him to cover a lot of ground in case someone appears from behind, and your mages, who are most likely going to be left in the rear because they don't have as high of movement speed, are going to be taken unawares by some physical fighters. Having someone like Ferdinand with high movement allows him to quickly navigate up and take care of any threats that might appear from the rear, like these guys.
Here we go. It's an end. That is that.
Now, because it's them, I'm really just gonna have Dorothea take out
I've got many skills, you know.
one of them. I will have Linhardt take out the other. And if he doesn't finish them off, Ferdinand will come in for the stab.
You are not.
He can move again. I'm just gonna have him wait, just in case any reinforcements tend to come up from that end. I'll have Byleth skip the journey.
Now you know your limits.
Edelgard smash that mage into bits. Petra and Caspar will continue backing up my main characters, or my main fighting force, so to speak, just in case something stupid happens. More units. But again, nothing to really worry about. If you're falling too far behind, the good news is that Gilbert will help come along and pick up any of the slack. Because, as you've seen in those quick battles, he is really strong. You don't gain any experience from the characters that he beats, but he's powerful enough that it doesn't really matter. He's a great emergency in case all you can do is really pick off any of the reinforcements that if you can't pick off any of the reinforcements that are coming.
I'm
really
stronger
wise.
than I look. I want to...
You should be honored. I will. battle a chance to grow.
And don't worry about the units coming at the side. If they haven't caught up to Gilbert already, or Gilbert hasn't already caught up to them, I should say, well, they will eventually. Now you'll also notice that even though I'm using Byleth, I don't have the Sword of Creator equipped. I just don't think it's the right battle to be using it on. Even if it is primarily for any sort of symbolic reason.
My heart is full of...
At least not on normal, and at least not when my characters are this strong.
As expected. The mark of nobility.
Now that Ferdinand's caught up, I'll just have him wait because there's no real point in him moving. I'll have Hubert take out that armored knight at the side and get his accuracy ring. And then it's pretty vital that, or not vital I should say, but it's important that getting that accuracy ring is a priority. Because unlike the other items you can get off of some of the other enemies, like Vulneries, the accuracy ring is an item that isn't easy to come by, and thus you want to prioritize getting it whenever you can.
Failure is not an option.
Each battle a chance to grow.
I'll just have Linhardt move the maximum distance. Bernadetta continuing to rise.
As expected.
Don't worry about the enemies coming from the end. By now, I've moved fast enough that I'll just have the main character move to the side. Petra come in to take out that remaining guard.
Received.
And I'll have my characters continue to move up. Now that enemy commander is the objective you want to beat. But I hope your characters aren't too tired out, because this is a special mission. And the enemies are going to engage Gilbert. Well, they might as well just die running into him. He'll kill one of them, or none of them, but he'll be strong enough to survive either way. And I will have my main character basically just take out. You know what? I'm gonna try and get him with Bernadetta.
So,
That will have weakened him somewhat. Enough for the main character to go in and deliver a blow. And that's the mission. Or at least you think so. I'm going to skip this cutscene. And you will be introduced to the monster type. Now, if you haven't seen this tutorial before, it's well worth going through this one more time. Or going through all of Sothis' notes. Sothis' notes. Sorry, it's confusing to say. Because this is... a monster fight is not like a regular enemy fight. Now, I'm not going to go through it because, well...
the fate of one of the least.
I've already seen this multiple times. But you'll notice that not only is there a new enemy type, and then a remaining enemy of however many are left, you're going to notice that he's, or it, I should say, has 4 different energy blocks. They're not outright visible. It also has an attack range, of which Gilbert is going to take the brunt. But now is your time to gather everybody together for some sort of assault. Now you might think you are being really cool letting Gilbert take the first hit. Yes. Yes, I am. But I'm not the least bit apologetic because, well, Gilbert's meant to take hits. So, as you are seeing, Gilbert's pretty strong. And he will deal a considerable amount of damage to this beast while also getting hit. But he's most likely going to die, if that continues. What you're seeing, this green, not green, but this red glowing space, is the attack of whatever the monster is going to do next. And if you're in this red range and you haven't broken one of these, or shattered completely, it's going to release its attack and hurt you very, very badly. You don't want that to happen. So get in there, do some damage to the beast. Well, okay, maybe not use Linhardt right now. But I'll use someone as strong as the main character. Probably now a good time to use Bane of Monster. Actually, no. I'll just use a regular attack. Because its hit is only 34. Shatter that energy. I'm actually going to have Edelgard go around the back and use a gambit to draw the beast's attention away. Gambits are very good at catching the beast's attention, as well as dealing damage to it. This means the attack is now focused entirely on Edelgard instead of Gilbert, which is really good because Gilbert wasn't going to survive that sort of onslaught. I'm actually going to have Caspar now break those barriers. And Hubert with Meyer to break the last of the energy barriers. That's going to stun the beast. It also killed it, but now the beast is very, very vulnerable. I can now move it up, or move Ferdinand up. Hit him with an Iron Lance. The Black Beast is actually very vulnerable. Oh, I've killed it with Ferdinand. Now that was a very short battle, but this beast is actually very deadly on lower levels if you have it planned correctly. It's always important to follow the typical pattern. Break those 4 yellow energy blocks, stun it, and if you can't beat it in time for it to use its attack, use a gambit to distract it and buy yourself more time. Your character who's targeted will most likely survive. giving you another chance to break the beast's energy blocks
It is done.
without
Let's
it,
retrieve the lance and
well,
depart at once.
killing or heavily damaging everyone in the vicinity. That is the Gautier inheritance in a nutshell. Please do subscribe to this video if you enjoyed it. There will be more like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.